Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. And today's story time is about a topic I always wanted to talk about here. You know, when it comes to people who are friends with my friends, I end up finding out that these people are just shitty and fucking stupid because they are just the most toxic and uneducated idiots. And most of the time, those same people would hate me because of my videos and how I act. But sometimes I will meet people who decide to stream something they shouldn't do on Discord or anywhere else. And that's what this story is about. So if you guys enjoy this video, leave a like and let's get into the video. So let me start off with one of Chris's friends named Steve. Or I like to call him Blue Motherfucker because he has the worst outfits on Rec Room, and he's also a Rec Room YouTuber, but for the sake of this video, I'm not going to be saying his name because I don't want you guys just going and finding him and start like hating him. So, you know, I upload videos, a few stories that had Chris mentioned in the video, right? Now, some of them were like the times I got into a fight or I said something fucked up, or it was drama related. Now, there was one video where I talked about Chris where I told him to kill himself because of an argument me and him had, and the fact that he told me to go jump off a cliff, even though I really shouldn't be mentioning that multiple times. Now, that shit was old, and I just go back to look at that video and laugh at myself for being a dumbass for saying that, and I know he does the same thing. Well, Steve, on the other hand, didn't like this because I found out that he looked at my videos, including that one video I talked about, and he started to get pissed and assume I was mistreating Chris. And how do I know this? Is because I had just gotten on Rec Room and I was about to play something on it, and out of nowhere Steve requests to join me. Now, he never requests to join me ever, or ever wanted to join me at all. Usually he's hanging around Chris a lot. So I started to get a bit skeptical about it for a few seconds. Then I was like, okay, I wonder what he wants to join for. So I invite him, and he never joins. So I'm like, okay then. But then a few minutes later, as I'm playing a game, Steve sends me a message. And so when I click on the message and read it, the first thing I read from Steve is, I just want to say to you, Zendir, that you better stop treating Chris like crap. And if you message him after reading this and you target him, I will report you. This is a warning. And when I read that, the first thing on my mind is like, what the fuck? Like, I was very confused, and I replied back to him saying, what are you talking about? How am I mistreating him? And he didn't reply back. So I'm sitting here thinking to myself on why he assumed I was mistreating Chris. Not once did I ever treat him like shit at all, but that's when I started to think of two possible reasons. Either he saw my channel, looked at my videos that had Chris mentioned in it, and assumed that I'm targeting him. Or Chris told him about recent events and my Storytime videos, which would be a very stupid idea if he did that. So I decided to message Chris and I said to him, dude, why the fuck is your friend saying that I'm mistreating you? Did you tell him about my Storytime videos about you? Because if you remember what I said, if you tell people who I'm talking about in my videos, even when I don't say any names, that's going to be on you, and that's going to cause a bit of a problem. But let's get back on topic. And Chris sends me a message saying, I never did anything. I never told him about anything about you. And so I show him the screenshots, and he was very confused as to why Steve would even say that to me. And so after I told him, he decided to talk to Steve, and I thought things had cooled down. Nope, it didn't. Even after telling him to back off, I thought he was finally going to give up hating me. But nope, because the next few days he sends me another message on Rec Room saying, fuck you and quit being mean to Chris, and then he blocks me. But eventually he unblocked me, but I already know that this guy still dislikes me for my stories. And that wouldn't be the end of this fucker, because what he did next, that's when I started to never trust him again. So it was in late November and I was just getting on my computer and went onto Discord. And before I could even start to play a game, I looked into Chris's server, and when I looked in the general chat, I could see that an argument had just happened. And I'll just summarize what just happened. Chris's friend, who I'm going to call Amy, had been accused of some crime, but I wasn't going to believe it until I saw evidence. Then Steve shares it in the chat to where I read it, and as soon as I was done, I timed out Amy, but then I later decided to ban her. And I thought things were fixed now, but then later I found out that Steve had lied and those were false allegations. And not only did I feel like shit, but I was also angry because me and everyone else fell for Steve's bullshit manipulation. So after all that, I never trusted Steve ever again. It just goes to show you that this guy will just manipulate a situation just to ruin someone's life, but only if he hates that person's guts. However, Steve wasn't the only person that had done some questionable shit, but there was another person in Chris's server that took it way too far. So after about a few months leading to 2024, this other guy named Jeff is one of Chris's other friends, and well, let me tell you, this guy is very unfunny and tends to make some questionable jokes that you shouldn't make at all. And I was in the VC with Chris and a few other people just talking and watching Chris play some games, and Jeff joins the server VC, and it all seemed normal for like a few hours until Jeff decided to do the stupidest stunt you never do at all. This man decided to stream in the VC, but what he streamed was that he was going on Google Chrome and types in Minecraft Jenny mod porn. Yes, he streamed Minecraft porn on Chris's server. And what he didn't realize is that he was streaming this when there was some little fetuses in the server. And both me and Chris were like, dude, what the actual fuck is wrong with you? Because he was a fucking dumbass for doing something like this and thinking it was funny to do something like that. I never found anything he did funny, and I yelled at him for streaming that shit. After a few minutes go by, I decided to leave, but not before talking to Chris about removing Jeff from the server. But Chris literally wanted to wait until Jeff crossed the line or did something far more worse than that. So you know what I did? I took matters into my own hands and just banned fucking Jeff from the server without saying a word to anyone except Chris. I was not gonna wait there for him to do something far worse, cause whatever he did next could have like left some damages in people. Like, it could have been very worse. That's what Chris didn't understand, is that if you wait for something bad to happen, then the consequences of that would prove to be a disaster. So at the end of the day, everything just went back to normal. You know, I don't know what's up with Chris and a few other people I know, but they need to get their shit together and stop enabling people like Steve and Jeff to continue their behavior. Like, some of my friends will tell me that this person did this, but they don't do anything except talk to them and shit. Talking won't do anything, only taking action will. Because if you let it slide and you just wait to see what happens next, then who knows what'll happen. And I have to keep telling these people to just cut them off, but they couldn't and said that it's hard because they said that their friends will expose them or reveal something from the past, when that's just straight up bullshit, because what are they gonna do with it? Like, that's just them blackmailing you into not saying a word and just keeping you silent. Like, you really shouldn't be silent at all. Like, if they're threatening you, then that's not a true friend. That's a fake friend, and you just need to, like, just cut them out of your life immediately. That's what Chris needs to do, but apparently he's too dumb to even do that. And I'm trying not to be mean to him, but yeah, he really has to, like, stand up to these people and stop being a fucking coward. But yeah, that's the story of Chris's problematic friends. But I want to add something. The next time his friends do something so awful, I'm not going to hesitate to yell at them. And if Chris has a problem with that and he gets mad about it, then that's his problem. I told myself to never let Chris try to hold me back based on Chris getting angry with me for unleashing my anger. But thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like and subscribe. Follow my Twitter and Instagram, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.